if you have lost somebody that you cared for, somebody that you loved who has died, and you have sensed that person around you, or heard that person, or received some kind of sense of that person being with you after they have passed over, please make a little noise with your instrument. Thank you. So if you have had an actual physical symbol in the world of contact or relationship with the person who has passed, please make a noise with your drum. And if you have ever received through some other person a message about the person who has passed, please make a noise. Thank you. All right. The players, the UU players are Doug Williams, Carolyn Lynd, deGraad, and Linda Smolen. The other side.
Welcome. Have a seat. Where am I?
Where do you think you are?
I have no idea. Well, have a seat. Oh.
What do you remember happening last?
I don't know. I guess the last thing I remember, I went to bed and then I was asleep and I had this dream and it was like this is like what was in my dream. Am I still dreaming?
No, you're not dreaming.
Then where am I and who are you?
We are the council.
The council? What is the council? And why am I here?
So many questions. Where am I? Who are you? Why am I here?
They're always full of questions. Everyone wants answers.
Yeah, they think they're somehow entitled to answers.
Who's they? What are you talking about?
More questions.
That is so funny.
Questions.
Oh, why won't you answer me?
More questions.
Look here. I don't know what kind of joke this is, but I don't think it's very funny. And I don't think it's funny at all. I'm just going to leave.
Leave? You can't leave. Go where?
You don't even know where you are.
Oh, you're right. I don't see any doors or any walls. Where am I?
Door? There are no doors here.
I don't know where I am. I don't know where I am, and I'm scared. I don't know.
Where do you think you are?
I don't know where I am.
Calm down. Calm down. Calm. The last thing you remember was going to sleep. And you're not dreaming. So where do you suppose you are?
I'll give you a hint. Think of the phrase, peacefully in their sleep.
Peacefully in their sleep? You mean as they die peacefully in their sleep?
Bingo.
You mean I'm dead?
Well, you needn't put it that way.
You're really very much alive.
Don't you feel dead?
Well,
Do you?
no, I feel fine.
You feel fine. In fact, you feel better than you have ever felt.
Better than you can ever remember feeling.
Well, yes. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I feel wonderful.
There now, isn't that better?
Still want to leave?
Well,
The other side.
oh no, if I'm out of pain and I'm in a place where there's no walls or doors, and I'm not dead, where am I?
Well, you see, it gets a little complicated to explain. You'll learn soon enough, but right now, you're still thinking in the old terms with the old terminology.
Life is much different here, you'll see.
Life is much different here, but where is here? Where am I?
On the other side, of course.
On the other side, I am dead, man. I'm dead.
Oh, that's such a dreadful word. And we've already established you're very much alive.
You crossed over, dear.
You're not dead. You've just crossed over from the earth plane.
So I went to bed and died peacefully in my sleep.
Well, yes. But we much prefer saying you crossed peacefully in your sleep.
We keep trying to educate those still on the earth plane, but they're dreadfully slow learners.
Educate them. Oh, how do you educate them? You're dead. Or crossed over.
Well, that doesn't mean we can't communicate with those in the flesh.
It's just that they don't listen very well.
Listen. How could they listen to you?
Oh, it's not.
You did it quite well.
All we had to do was whisper in your ear, and you nearly always heeded our advice.
I've never heard anyone whispering in my ear.
No, you always thought it was an idea that just popped into your head.
But that's all right. We don't mind your taking credit for our ideas.
You mean that you've been hanging around whispering to me?
We've been assisting you.
You've been spying on me. And waiting, just waiting for me to die.
I just never thought you'd be like this.
Some nuts are harder to crack than others.
Oh, forgive us. We really can't help ourselves. You see, there is no sadness here.
Only joy.
Joy.
Unappreciation. That's all we ever get is unappreciation.
That seems to be the norm these days, unfortunately.
No, I apologize. I really didn't mean to be unappreciative. That's just, it's just that all this is so very strange.
Oh, we hear that a lot.
This is not what I expected. This is just not what I thought heaven would be like, or what hell would be like for that matter. It just seems more like purgatory, and I'm not even Catholic.
Just what?
Well, I don't know exactly, but I've heard about people who've seen it, gone through this tunnel of light, and then they come back to life, and they live to tell about it.
But if you didn't know if you believed it then or not, you don't know if you believe it now, you don't know what you believe.
I didn't know, so I just didn't think about it.
And that's why we're here, to help you find your way as you continue on your journey.
Continue on my journey. But if I'm dead, is my journey over?
I know, the journey is never over.
You have much to learn.
There's always much to learn.
Some lessons you learn in the flesh because they can't be learned in the spirit.
Other lessons are learned in the spirit because they can't be learned in the flesh.
Wow.
It's a bit more than wow, but that expression will suffice.
Your life has brought us great joy.
We've had such fun with you.
Except that one time you did give us quite a scare.
We thought we had to turn your case over to the specialist there for a while.
We would have to bring in the heavy hitters.
Frightening, very frightening.
Well, when? What are you talking about?
You know, dear, the time you ran for political office.
And you nearly won.
We told you there's no sadness here? That's not necessarily true for the heavy hitters and those folks.
Wow.
All right then, now that you've settled down a bit and are fully aware of where you are, it's time to go to the options briefing.
Options briefing? What's that?
We told you there is much to learn here.
And you get to decide which lessons you want to learn first.
I do?
Of course.
Wow.
You do have free will.
You didn't think free will was only for those in the flesh, did you?
No. Wow.
I never realized she had such a limited vocabulary.
Are you surprised she spent every English class she ever took passing notes to her friends?
I did not.
You got by with lying to your mother about that.
You can't lie to us.
We were there.
Wow.
There is only one thing we need to remind you of before you move on.
You will come to realize that everything you learned you already knew. You just don't remember, and you need to be reminded.
Wow.
It's the same for everybody, although it seems some souls have forgotten nearly everything.
So then, the one thing we need to remind you of before you move on is you are loved. You always have been and always will be loved.
Wow, I guess that's all anyone ever really needs to know. On this side or the other side.
Well, I think she's got it.
You're a very fast learner.
No, I'm not a fast learner. I'm a fast rememberer.
Wow!